and what you're seeing is the Roku and the original generation Tablo app. I'm going to go into it here, and it's going to take me to the last place that I was at because that's the way I have my Tablo configured right now. So it's taking me into TV shows, but I want to go ahead and bounce up to the live TV section at the top. And you'll see how fast things fill in here, which isn't horrible for things that are happening right now. We'll watch this first station here, this Fox 4, playing the news. You can tell how long it takes. It's going to take a little bit as it tunes in the channel and starts recording it onto the disc. This is, again, temporals. This is for the purposes of live TV. So like you can pause and go forward and backwards. Now I'm going to bounce out of this and choose another channel. You'll see that the channel that I was watching is flashing in red. So let's pick another high-def channel, one that maybe is safer than Saturday Night Live. So we'll get under CBS, channel 11, 48 hours, and we'll go ahead and tune that in. Again, it hasn't tuned this channel. One channel is sitting over there on channel 4. The other one was idle. So it's going to have to tune this in. So it takes a little bit to tune in. So this isn't a great device necessarily for channel surfing. Once you have that, if you use the up and down arrows on your Roku remote, you get this fast channel change mechanism. And if I go back to 4.1, because it was already tuned, it's going to happen actually pretty quickly. So this is a 2-tuner Tablo. So switching back and forth between tune channels doesn't take long. But let's say I choose something that hasn't been tuned, like 4.4, it's going to have to tune that, and it takes that little gap again to tune the channel in and allow me to start viewing it. And then if I go back to the channel, not the last channel I tuned, which was channel 4-1, but back to that 11-1, again, I only have 2 tuners, so it had to let this one go. So it's going to have to retune this channel again. So those, so again, not the greatest for channel surfing. The more tuners you have, the more tuners you can have active on, channels. But you can get that fast change for the ones that are blinking in red, the ones that are already tuned. I should do one more, just again, so you can see another high def channel and how long it takes to tune that in and display. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how you would use this to use live television. So that's kind of a live television. Let's talk a little briefly. What if I want to actually? Well, before I do that, let's go back to a tune channel to show you how fast that was. Going back to a tune channel again. If it's already tuned, it'll be relatively fast to go back to. So hopefully you can see that. And then now, what I wanted to look at was, if we go down to, well, let's go take a little. Actually, I want to do a recording. So let's go look at. So let's say I want to look forward in time and I want to record something. If it's just a singular episode, I can go and hit record episode, and that'll set up that particular episode to record. So that's as easy as that. There's some options to set the start and stop time. This would be where you have issues with that. Live television is a setting that you can set to auto-record extra time afterwards. But if you think that you're offset or whatever for whatever reason, you can adjust those start and end times. And then, of course, we can unset it just as easily, as you see right there. So that's the easy way to set up something to record. Now I want to show you that the interface isn't perfect. So as I go back in here, all of a sudden I've got this nice spinny wheel, and it's going to spin forever as far as I know. This just shows you that even with the original generation Tablo, there are problems with the interface even on the Roku. If I pick something that is a series, I can go to show instead of recording the episode, and that's how you would set up a recording for an entire series. So go to show, and then you hit record, and you'll have the option to record everything for that show or just record new. If it's a new show, a new series, so the shows haven't been ever aired before, record new is what you want if you're just interested in recording new shows. If you want to record everything, including the new shows, you would just hit record all. That way you can get all the reruns that might be out there, or maybe some shows will actually show prior episodes also during the week in case you missed it, right? So that's a great way to kind of get caught up. So the go to show is how you would do that to record a series. If I go over to the recordings tab entry, we can see all the recordings we have. So by default, you get to see everything that you have recorded, shows, movies, sports, TV, manual recordings. Everything will show up here. And then you can say, I want to just see what was recorded recently. You get a little bit different display here, a timeline that you can go and see recent things that have been recorded. Then, of course, you can limit your view to just TV shows that you've recorded, just movies that you've recorded, just sports that you recorded. I think maybe, well, no, I don't think there's a manual option for manual recordings. So I'm not really sure how they would show up except through the all. If you go to prime time, you can just get an idea of how fast things fill in. Again, this would be for shows that are during those hours in the evening called prime time. And then you can search. You have to arrow over to the search area, and then of course you can hit your enter and type in something. So I'm going to say Abbott Elementary, for example. I'll just say ABB. It'll probably show up. You can see how long it takes. There it is, Abbott Elementary. So now I could actually just arrow over there and set that show up to record, for example. Okay, so that's how you do search, and then you can do channel searching. So this would, there's no HD versus SD searching. So if you know that a station is in HD, you would just have to know that, and you could actually say, I want to look at just, I know this station is HD, for example, NBC. So I'll look at shows there. So that, so you don't have really good, HD versus SD selection versus channels. You just have to know. Other things you can do, besides prime time, you can say just show me all TV shows throughout all time of the day, all movies throughout all time of the day, all sports shows all time throughout the day. So if I wanted to go into sports right now, because there's a big event about to happen, so if you wanted to record the Super Bowl, for example, I could go over to the NFL area over here and click into it, and lo and behold, there is something to record. If I arrow down, I can see what it is, and there it is, San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs. That is kind of an important game, so I could set that to record here, right, if I wanted to. And that may be a good show, for example. Live shows will default record extra, but that may be one where you extend the end time if you don't have that setting set up. When you go to scheduled, you're going to see all the things that are trying to be scheduled. Things that are trying to be scheduled for which there are no shows, you'll have a little minus sign up in your upper right corner. Things that actually do have things coming up, you'll see a timer symbol, a little clock show up. So you can see I kind of have a mixture, right? There's some things where there's episodes, but most of the things I have set up here right now are minus, which means nothing will ever record, but it's constantly searching for those, and it will record those if they ever do show up. But I can tell you a lot of them are set up to just record new, and if the series is ended, that's just derelict scheduled data, and I need to get rid of it. Go to settings. You have settings you can set for your Tableau to show you the amount of space that's used on your device. You can look at your recording quality, things that you could probably do with the web browser interface just as well. And so those are the kind of things that you have. You can set up this 14-day live guide, which I don't have turned on right now. I could turn that on my Roku, and and that'll extend the amount of data I get to see in that live TV show, TV view. So well, if you hit back too many times, you can exit or connect to a different Tableau. So let's go back to live, and if I if I wanted to, I could march out to the right more than the usual amount of time. I can go clear out to a 14-day guide on the Roku. Actually, I'd probably go up here at the top. It's a little bit faster. So scrolling forward to the end of time here, and then again, you get to see just how fast this data fills in, which isn't particularly fast. So don't expect too much here. I mean, it works, but sometimes with the Roku, or with Tableau, I should say, you have to wait on it, in order to get your data. But it does work, and it's not the best interface in the world, but and it's not necessarily. You can say, well, that's a Roku problem. It's not just a Roku problem. Okay, so it's more of a general Tableau problem with regards to the original generation devices. And I wanted to look at one more view at live TV here, because I wanted to show you kind of going backwards and forwards on something that's being recorded. So here I am starting to watch a channel I hadn't watched for in a little while, and I am hitting buttons, trying to pause this thing, and it's like I should be able to pause live TV, right? But the problem is that it won't let you actually pause until it has enough data that it thinks it can pause, and then it'll let you pause. Okay, so after you've recorded so much data, you'll hit the pause button, and everything will just stop, right? And that's what you expect. But I just wanted to show you that until it records so much information, even while you're watching live TV, you can't hit pause. But hopefully that's okay, right? So there's a little bit of delay before you can hit pause. And and then of course you can scrub and go backwards. I'm going to go back a little bit. You can see the little bar going back. So that it does work. It's just one thing you're not used to. You may be thinking I can tune to it and immediately pause, and that you can't do. I was going to show you the closed caption setting, but I can't remember how to do that exactly, except maybe through the Roku, and I'm not sure if that made sense. So anyway, that's a brief tour of the Tableau OG device, and hopefully that gives you an idea of what you can do and how you can use it. And enjoy the video. Thanks.